Welcome to Business Matters, sponsored today by CS Now Staffing. My name is Laura Nowlin, and I'm with CS Now Staffing. So thank you to our sponsor. And hey, today I have another friend with me, Abraham Camejo. Very proud to have you here.
Thank you so much for this invitation and for the opportunity to be here today.
Absolutely. And so he has a safety company, Camejo Safety. But I
Yes.
know that your journey has been very long, I'm sure, right, in starting a business. So first, let's go ahead and start with talking a little bit about you.
Perfect.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
Well, I'm actually born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a
Woohoo!
100% Nevadan.
Mhm.
My parents, my dad's from Cuba, and my mom's from Mexico. They're both immigrants and came to this country, obviously, to seek out better opportunities for the family. And our family started a family business in 1981, and they started doing a home services business, which we my mom started originally cleaning homes, and my
Mhm.
dad doing landscaping. And as I got older, I transitioned into finishing my apprenticeship program, and eventually we were doing complete remodels from floors, redesign of kitchens, bathrooms, landscaping designs,
Mhm.
complete. We used to flip a lot of homes for realtors and do small commercials. So I was actually a very young man in high school
Mhm.
with a pager. So I'm gonna age myself a little bit with a pager, and I would actually take pages and call my customers back from the school phone, from the payphone during lunchtime, and set up appointments to go do estimates after school or over the weekends and do things like that. So I've been involved in the community for quite a while. I also sit on a few boards now.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm also the bond oversight committee construction liaison for the school district. I am also a member with the Nevada Recovery Foundation for
Wow.
our community members that are facing some type of addiction,
Mhm.
and with construction and work, everybody deserves a second chance and opportunity. And then I recently was I termed out, but I was recently with a board member with Nevada Housing Services Southern Nevada NHSSN,
Wow.
regarding with the housing. And so I do quite a bit, and somehow I still find time to try to volunteer coach for wrestling, and I'm a proud father of six, and
Yes.
I have five daughters, one boy, and uh, and my son's just graduated, and he's preparing right now to go serve a full time church mission in Mexico.
Nice.
So
Look at that. Very
we're
impressive.
we're a very active family, and
Yes.
we wake up early on Saturdays. And this past Saturday, we actually went and participated with the city of North Las Vegas to hand out backpacks and supplies for their back to
Mhm.
school events. And my little ones were all participating. So we're a very active family, not just myself, but the whole family.
Wow. And so let's go back to you've been, I believe that in your DNA, it's entrepreneurship, right?
Yes, it
It
is.
since you were a kid. So go back to the story of the pager, right? So was this high school where you were getting the pages, or
Yes.
was it okay?
Yeah.
So how old were you?
Well, I was helping my parents out, obviously, with
Mhm.
the business, and so because of a language barrier,
Okay.
so I would handle all the phone calls that would come in through our phone number, our office, and I had it linked into the pager, so I would return phone calls and schedule appointments for estimates and to go look at job sites, in construction, and then put everything in writing. And so pay attention if you're younger, or pay attention in English class, because it matters when you're writing little contracts out. And
Right.
so that's how I started. And that pager eventually, that same number eventually became a cell phone.
Mhm.
And it's still the current phone number I still have today.
What is it? What
It's
number?
702 399 5166. And that number has just transitioned over the years from a pager to the office number now.
How impressive. Now your family also owned, it was part of a janitorial company as well,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
It was huge. You guys
Yes,
had a
we
big company.
yes we had a big company. We employed I want to say at the peak we had about 45 full time employees. So
Mhm.
we were doing janitorial and residential cleaning, and from window cleaning to floor polishing and everything in that aspect. We did the original jobs, like let's say Planet Hollywood,
Mhm.
the malls, and different contracts within Nellis Air Force Base as well. Like, and we also did all the cleaning and maintenance for Mountain Vista Hospital and Sunrise Hospital too. So we go in there and polish some floors. So we I can honestly say I started from cleaning offices at night, helping my mom out right after football practice and wrestling practice, and go home and have some dinner, and then go knock out all our janitorial contracts, and then get home around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and get ready for school. So that's
Wow.
kind of the story of being the oldest brother.
Right? What dedication. And so you talked a little bit about these large contracts that you had. How easy was it to get the contracts, or how hard was it? And what are some of the things that maybe challenges that you've had? Be honest and be upfront, with business
Of
owners
course.
out there that are hearing the story.
So contracts are they're hard because one is you got to try to estimate the cost. The payroll is the biggest issue for any company, big or
Mhm,
small.
mhm.
And the problem is also retaining good staff. Do your employees show up on time? Are they trustworthy? Especially in the janitorial and maintenance business, it's not like you can just call and replace anybody at 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
And a lot of these locations have security codes.
Mhm.
And so, because when you're in a building or a home, you're entrusted with keys,
Mhm.
with gate codes,
Right.
and so there's a whole trust. Our old motto was the most trusted cleaning service in Las Vegas, and I had that little motto because we had everybody's keys. We knew our clients, and you got to be very trustworthy. So when bidding for any job, construction, janitorial, you have to understand the real scope of work. You got to try to plan for a bad weather, and what I mean by that is employees not showing up. You have to be always ready as business owners. We wear many hats,
Mhm.
from our estimators, from contracts, from the IT guy, from editing
Oh yeah.
social media in today's world, to being able to lead your company. And so that is huge. And now, fast forward, now I own a safety consulting company, and that was born out of not knowing what little companies needed. So
Mm.
we were a small business and we were compliant to our understanding, but now we were actually faced with an accident a few years ago, or many years ago now, where we had one employee
One.
slipped, and I learned the words uh, lumbar displacement. I don't speak anything medical, but I learned that word and I haven't forgotten it. We thought we had the proper coverage of insurance,
Mhm.
the umbrellas, liabilities. We capped all that out with the medical expenses with this one accident.
Yeah.
That ended up costing the company an arm and a leg.
Mhm.
And we had to, go to court for this. And at the end of the day, this employee said it was a job accident, but it was never really a job accident. It was a car accident that they blamed the small business, and they got the insurance money. And so from there, I always had like a sour apple, and so I
Mhm.
decided to go back to school, get trained in everything safety,
Okay.
and become an expert knowledge, and take all the experience I had from running our construction business and the janitorial business, and then actually start teaching what I learned over the years. And so that's how Camejo Safety was born and came to be, from a bad experience. And today I have the privilege of teaching and training a lot of the employees that are in our workforce, from entertainment to in general industry to the construction. I enjoy teaching how to drive the forklift, scissor lift, boom lifts, and
Mhm.
fall protection classes. And the one thing I really enjoy the most is actually sitting down with business owners and going over HR policies and safety regulations. Because in today's world, you have to have everything in writing. You have to have in writing uh, sick days, what that policy, COVID, like it or not, you got to have a COVID plan. You have to have uh, family leave. You have to have training policies, and you have to train for everything. If you can think about it, you have to train for typing. There's has to be a training and orientation for this. If you're in construction, from fall protection, equipment training.
Right.
If you expect an employee to put out a fire at your office, you have to give them a training on how to use a fire extinguisher, or do not expect that employee to use that fire extinguisher. while your business catches on fire.
What's the best way of getting a hold of you? Is it via cell phone? Is it them going to your website? What's the best way?
My cell phone's the fastest. Our website, you can also enter. So you can call the office at 702-399-5166, 702-399-5166, or you can also go on Google or the search engines and then look for our website and just type in Camejo Safety. So Camejo safety.com.
And we'll also have it on the screen where you'll have his phone number and we'll have the website there as well so they can look you up that way, Abraham. And so, what is the best client referral for you?
I love small business clients. Word of mouth is it's the best. When a company is so big, it's a huge corporation. They're already used to their own ways, their own policies,
Okay.
the things that they do. Everybody that's a small business, let's say 45 employees or smaller, the really small business, micro businesses. You're not a small business. You're a business. You're a big business doing big things. But you also have to be compliant and you have to play with the same rules because you're judged by the same rules as our big corporations. So when an employee gets hurt, Nevada DEET or Nevada OSHA or federal OSHA, the rules apply the same. So safety regulations, and that can be the difference of being fined. And nobody's in business to get fined.
Right.
In Nevada, the minimum violation starts at $16,000, and
Yeesh.
it goes up to $70,000. So it's not to scare you, but these are real numbers that the state of Nevada issues, and it can multiply very quick. I currently have a client that's facing $130,000 in fines for lack of training services, certifications, and supervision responsibilities on a job site, and they've been in business for a while, and that's a lot of money.
How scary is it to be a business owner, do you think?
It is very scary, but at the same time, we are a very unique mind thinking. We like to think ahead. I personally, when I'm sleeping, I'm still thinking about work. When I'm at home, I try not to think about work, but I'm thinking about work. I'm always thinking about the next meeting because that's a small business mentality.
Right.
You have to be self-driven. You have to manage your own time, your family time, because in my household, everything, the food that comes into our table, it depends on going to work. So I do not have a clock in, clock out time. I'm always working, and that can be a problem with having a big family like the one I do. But at the same time, it's fun. It's a blessing. It's very stressful at the same time because as many business owners, sometimes you don't get paid on time, and at the same time, you have to pay your payroll before you pay yourself. So these are things that I think a lot of business owners can relate. But at the same time, we enjoy it because if we didn't enjoy it and we didn't enjoy this adventure, then why would you own a business?
No, and you're right. Like right now, my biggest challenges is actually getting paid on time through large corporations that I'm working with. And I'm like, you can't tell me that we're not struggling right now as an economy. We are a struggling economy right now. If I can see that I'm working with very large corporations and these are billionaires that own these companies and they are struggling to pay the payroll, the bill that I've already paid out. I've already paid the people to go to work and to finish the job, but I am struggling to collect that money, right? And so if you're hearing this from large corporations, there's an issue. And I believe it's a domino effect because if I don't get paid on time, then what happens is delays me then paying my bills on time. It's a complete domino effect,
Correct.
right? That's happening in our community right now. Are you experiencing that right now as well?
I learned how to weather the storm in 2008. We were getting paid net 60 or net 90, and that was painful. Let me just tell you,
I bet.
very painful. So I hate to say this, but because a lot of small businesses, we lack a line of credit.
Right.
So I was using my personal credit cards to fund myself and then pay off the credit cards. So sometimes we use our personal credit cards incorrectly, and we just smile and says, "Well, I'll pay it off as soon as I get paid," and might as well get some travel points out of it. But that's the wrong way to look at it. And so when you learn these things, like in 2008 when everybody had financial issues, hopefully a lot of business owners learn how to weather the storm.
Right.
So now I don't do any net 90, net 60s. The most is net 10 and you're lucky.
Right?
Because at the end of
Do
the day,
upon receipt.
yeah, do upon receipt. It has to be like that, because at the same time, the energy company, well, they want to get paid. The bills, they want to get paid. My kids, they want to get fed.
Exactly. So we're going to commercial right now. We'll be right back with Abraham Camejo. Introducing CS Now Staffing, led by yours truly, Laura Nowlin. As the founder and president, I bring over 17 years of expertise in sourcing for talent, building winning teams of professionals, marketing, and workforce development. At CS Now Staffing, we're not just a staffing agency. We're your strategic partner in building a winning team of professionals for your business. My passion for community service extends to connecting entrepreneurs with local resources. Recognized by the Small Business Administration as the 2022 Nevada Family-Owned Business of the Year, we're not just changing the workforce landscape, we're defining it.
Hi, folks. This is Matt Jackson Jr. from Cybersecurity Awareness TV. I want to invite you and your family, your friends, and everyone to join us here on WWDV TV, where we have a plethora of shows and interesting information that you could use today. We'll see you then, folks. Have a good one.
Welcome back with Business Matters, and I have my friend here, Abraham Camejo. Thank you to CS Now Staffing for sponsoring this show. We really do appreciate you. All right, Abraham, we're talking about not getting paid on time, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is a big struggle for any entrepreneur, any small business owner out there. I think there's a difference between a business owner and an entrepreneur. Do you agree or disagree with me?
I think it's in 50-50. They're embedded. It's part of the same DNA.
Right, but I'm thinking an entrepreneur wants to start things, new things all the time. An entrepreneur has all kinds of different businesses going on at the same time.
Lots of ideas.
Lots of ideas.
We're
exactly.
dreamers.
And we're dreamers. We're constantly thinking blah, 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 going. And a business owner, sometimes a business owner is like, no, I just want this business, right? And that's it. So I believe that there is a difference in an entrepreneur is one that just wants to keep on just new ideas constantly. For me, I have to have someone on my team that is a no person, literally. And that's my daughter. She's a VP and she'll tell me, no, not right now. We're not going that direction.
I think what every business owner needs to have is certain types of friends. Your networking. And what I mean by friends is who can you have on your team within your own company or other businesses that can help your business succeed, from marketing, from lawyers, from a safety consultant like myself. We're all in the same boat, but at the same time, if you don't have your right team structure or that, then you're just trying to dictate your company like most of us try to do, versus allowing others to help you with carrying the load. It's okay to seek for help. It's okay to say, hey, I do not know everything. Right. There's a reason why there's business experts in different fields, just like in the medical field. One doctor does not do everything. Right. So when we have heart issues, we have to seek a cardiologist, but you're not going to go see that same doctor for a toothache. But yet they're both doctors. So as a business owner, you have to seek who's good at HR, who's good at safety policy, who's good at helping you staff your company. Those are key friends that you need in life and in your business, and then start building these relationships with the Small Business Administration. And one thing that my mom used to say is, I don't have time to go to business lunches. I don't have time to go to networking events. I remember that, because she says it's just a waste of time because I have to go to work. I have to fulfill the job site. And I understand, and it's because of staffing. But at the same time, if you're not going to these events, nobody knows your business. You could be a great business owner, but if you're not involved and nobody has your business card, you pretty much don't exist. And right. that's scary.
No, that's great advice, because one of the steps of getting any type of contract is just being present.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can get a contract just by being present in the room, right?
Yes, and don't be afraid of seeking those big contracts. Those for example, I try to help as many contract construction companies try to qualify themselves to get construction bids with the school district. The school district itself
Mhm.
it's a huge entity here in Nevada, and there's lots of great work. But everybody says, "Well, I don't have any experience building a new school." You don't need to build a new school. The school district is looking for contractors that are good at painting. We have to repaint the buildings and
Yeah.
maintenance on a regular basis. Who's good at doing flooring? Who's our plumbers? Our air conditioners. I mean, we're about to start the school year, and I guarantee there's going to be a lot of air conditioner issues the first month. Vegas is still hot,
Mhm.
so the school district has different vendors, and get qualified. I encourage everybody to get qualified to do business with any of these groups, with the casinos, with the school district. Look into those qualifications to be part of their vendors list, the suppliers list. There's great work, and there's lots of great opportunities. And once again, partner up with the right circle of friends to get these bids. You're going to need a safety guy. You're going to need our services, but at the same time, they're going to need your services too to find
The staffing.
staffing.
Hmm.
So and this is regardless of your industry. You know, I have a company right now with one of the warehouses. They're looking for welders. They're if you don't have any welding experience, they're looking to hire you out the door. So this is actually something we're going to talk off the air.
No, definitely. Let's
So
do that.
so it's part of that circle of friends that you need to do, but at the same time, you have to have um, your house in order, your policies,
Hmm.
your regulations, your HR. You have to have it. It has to be your Bible. If you don't have it in writing, it does not exist. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to pay you on this date and that day." It has to be, "I'm going to pay you on Friday, uh, the 15th of this month." And you have to have these regulations, and a lot of companies get in trouble for not having these policies in play right now.
No, no, yes. And I do agree with you that your circle, right? Your circle of networking of the people that can help you grow your business. Because you're right, we're not experts in everything. For me, I've been in the staffing industry for the
Mhm.
last 18 years. I'm not an expert in construction or safety, putting together safety manuals, but I know that you are. I know somebody
Yeah.
who is, right? With the staffing company, when you do use us, a lot of times we actually fund your payroll.
Yeah.
So you create a credit line by using a staffing agency. And most of the time we're on a 30-day net term. So even though we're paying the payroll every single week, you're not paying us until 30 days,
That's
which is
huge.
very nice. It's
Yeah,
huge,
huge.
exactly, because you're still waiting also to get paid. And a lot of time we can even push it past the 30 days. But that's also one of my complaints. Sooner or later, you're going to get paid. And can you please pay your bill as well? Right?
Yes,
Because it is a domino effect.
yes, it is.
Mhm.
And just knowing that information that our family business did not know, or 15, 20 years ago, my
Mhm.
mom I remember she was struggling just to make payroll
Payroll.
needs.
Mhm.
And I saw her using her credit cards and maxing them out just to cover those things, and then waiting uh, on a good man up above, our Lord, to send the bills. And when that little check came in, we were like, "Oh, thank you, thank you." We were very grateful. So you become very spiritual being a business owner.
Right. So let's go back to the no person. So I have a no person. My no person is my VP of operations, which is my daughter. She's the one that will give me that reality check and say, no, mother, we're not doing that,
Mhm.
not right now, maybe later. And then she listens to my ideas and like, oh, that's a really good one. You want to start a TV show? Yeah, I like Business Matters. Okay, but you know what, with that logo, I want you to put a mic onto it. So she helped me create the logo as well on it. But there's some things that she'll tell me, no. She's my no person. Who's your no person?
My wife, like a great husband. My wife,
I've met her.
happy
She's
life,
great.
happy wife, happy life. So I always run everything. We own the business together,
Mhm.
and even though I'm in front of the business, I consult her on everything. Not just because she's my wife, but she's also my business partner. And when you can actually work
Nice.
together, you can figure out these things. Sometimes getting a different perspective um, is essential. So sometimes I just need to sit down, shut up, and just listen, and then
Mhm.
I take her input and I can analyze it and figure out, okay. So having a no person is good. Sometimes it helps you with strategy and different ideas. So not only my wife, but also your close friends. Some friends that may not even have anything to do with your business, they might work in a different field, but they might still give you advice. So your friends can also be considered a small circle of like a board of directors, and you take their expertise. I have a few friends that are lawyers. I don't employ them full time, but I'll ask them, hey, what do you think about this?
Hmm.
I have a friend that's in public relationships with a business that he works in, and so I'm like, what do you think about that? And so they give us just that input. And the biggest thing is small businesses need to do is actually just pay attention and listen. Listen, don't be prideful. It's like a man trying to drive to a location, but and the GPS is wrong, but he won't roll down the window and ask that and say, I'm lost. Can you help me?
Right. It's always nice to have someone on the outside looking in and being able to critique, right?
Correct.
And it does build you up. Um, and it's for your own good. Because if you just have a person on your team that's constantly telling you, yes, yes, oh, yeah, that sounds great, because they don't want to stand up to you, it's actually
It's
dangerous.
very dangerous. It's bad advice. You
Hmm.
do need somebody to help guide you so you can make an informative decision. Doesn't mean I need to agree with you, but if you have something to say, please say it. It's it is crucial for the business world. Another thing too that I would encourage every business owner is learn a second or a third language. With our current census in this country, you got to learn Spanish. You got to learn the Chinese, Japanese, whatever your market is. The technology is there for business owners to uh, be have the tools to learn these languages, and you got to be evolving. You have to evolve with social media as well. If you don't have a presence in social media, you're not around. You're not there. So you have to. And then going back to the safety, if you have employees that speak Spanish, your manuals, their trainings need to be in that language that they understand, because when they're not properly trained, OSHA does come after you for not training properly. So they speak Spanish, and there's a little language, and that employee feels more comfortable
Mhm.
receiving training in Spanish. That's essential. So you should have your documents translated as well. Just like you open up a computer and you open it up and you look at the instructions, it's available in how many different languages, because that technology company wants to make sure that you can read and program your technology, your device properly.
And so right now you're teaching classes, safety classes
Correct.
in Spanish and in English.
Yes, I teach in Spanish and in English. I have the privilege of teaching the employees of many different businesses, and also the privilege of teaching and renewing certifications for a lot of our union members throughout Las Vegas and throughout the country. So I actually have union guy members that will travel
Mhm.
from different states and come to my little business, and I'm very thankful and very blessed to have that opportunity, because that is 100% word of mouth.
Okay, and then you also are teaching literally on how to drive a forklift. So what type of machinery do you actually have? What type of equipment?
So we have a forklift, boom lift, and scissor lift,
Mhm.
and a skid steer, which a lot of people know it as a bobcat. So these are the basic heavy equipments that are used on almost every construction site and in general industry, in casinos, convention centers. So that machinery came over from the construction side of our previous business, and now I use it for teaching. So I enjoy teaching beginners. It is great. I can certify somebody, and I take the time to teach them how to operate a new equipment, and this opens up the door for our workforce to get
Mhm.
hired. So if your employees are trained, now they're more capable of operating the equipment within your business, and those that are looking for work, opens up the doors to go get hired at these manufacturing jobs, at the conventions, at the casinos. Forklift operators can make anywhere from $18 to $22 an hour. Some companies pay as high as $33 an
Oh
hour.
yeah. Mhm.
So they pay very well, and it's a lot different operating a forklift and working in the construction versus being the guy that's moving the boxes by hand, because they're not certified. So there's a win to this, and of course. There's safety aspects to it, and it is a very dangerous machine. But at the same time, driving a car is as well. You can drive a car on the freeway, and you can still have accidents.
No, yes, yes. And so thank you so much for coming on to our show. We're down to pretty much 1 minute left. What would you like to leave with, what type of advice would you like to give our entrepreneurs, our business owners watching today?
Well, everybody stay positive. I'm a very spiritual guy, so always kneel down and pray, be thankful, and also look for opportunities to serve one another. And if there's anything I can do for you, please reach out. My phone number is 702-399-5166, and you can reach us on our website as well at camejo safety.com, camejosafety.com. I'm here to be your partner, and if there's anything we can do to help you succeed, this is what we do.
Once again, thank you so much for CS Now Staffing, our sponsor for today. And make sure that you catch us on WWDB-TV, Roku, YouTube channels of CS Now Staffing. We launch a new video every single Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Once again, Abraham, thank you so much for coming in
Thank you so
today.
much for this invitation.
Absolutely. God bless all of you.